Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about staying positive through the ups and downs of pregnancy. I made a video the other day and I'll put a link to it about things that drive me crazy about pregnant people and what they complain about and all the things that, I don't know, just that bother me that I find so many women do, and I know that a lot of people might be offended by it, and I'm sorry if that's how you feel, but I just needed to get it off my chest and have a rant, and I'll post that rant, and if you like it, cool. If you don't, you're entitled to your own opinion. But I also have had a lot of questions about like how I don't know, like how I stay how I am and like how I can see things from a different point of view kind of thing. So I wanted to talk about that in this video. I talked about in my other video weight gain and stretch marks as like two of the big key points. The way that I see it is if you're going to be pregnant, if you're going to decide to have a baby, whether it's planned or not, like if you decide that you're going to go through with your pregnancy, there's things that are going to happen to your body, and they're obviously going to happen, or most likely, or there's a chance kind of thing. Like there's all kinds of different things. Like you hear about some symptoms that only a few people have and stuff like that, but in general, weight gain, stuff like that, it's bound to happen to everybody, whether it's a little bit or a lot. And the way that I see it is, when I got pregnant, I expected that I was going to be huge, and I know that I'm not that big, and people kind of like, I don't know, some people really seem upset at the fact that I haven't gained that much weight, and they say that it's easy for me to say like the things that I'm saying because I'm not like huge. But at the same time, if I was, I would still have the same attitude as I do now. I see it as there's a lot of things that are going to happen to you throughout your pregnancy and even afterwards. Like some people don't lose all their weight, or they have stretch marks that are going to be with them forever, or they just have like loose skin, or just like stuff happens to your body. Like pregnancy does that to you, and I feel like if you decide to have a baby, it is your, I don't know, it's like basically you giving your body up to this baby for the time being, at least, and then like you might not really go back to normal afterwards. I feel like your baby should be worth that to you. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things that suck, and like you might not want to be huge, you might not be comfortable, you might this, that, or the other thing. But when you look back at it at the end, it's all going to be worth it. So why bother complaining about it? Because would you really give it up if you could? Like, if you could go back in time and decide not to have the baby, or you could be how you are right now, kind of thing. And if you think that the baby's worth it, then why complain? And if you don't think the baby's worth it, then you shouldn't have gotten pregnant in the first place, and you shouldn't be having a baby. And that's just how I see things. Instead of looking at the fact that I have stretch marks and I have like a big belly and I have like this, that, and the other thing, morning sickness kind of thing, I look at it as, okay, I'm getting bigger because my baby is growing. And if he's growing, that means he's healthy. Morning sickness, I mentioned this in my other video. I had really bad morning sickness in my first trimester, mostly. And I knew that if I was still getting sick, it was probably because everything was how it should be, kind of thing. I know that's not always the case, but usually it is. I think that the fact that I had a miscarriage definitely helped me to get through this pregnancy with a positive attitude, because as much as a miscarriage really, really sucks, and I made a video talking about that too, I'll link it, and it's one of those experiences that make you realize once you're pregnant again, like how lucky you actually are, and how I don't know how to say it, kind of thing, but I'm sure you probably know what I mean. Once you experience a loss like that, you don't want to experience it again, and everything that reminds you that things are going better, it makes it so much easier. So just, if you're finding yourself having a hard time getting through things, just think that in the end, this is all going to be worth it, and you're going to have a baby, and there's so many people that can't even get pregnant in the first place, or they lose their babies, or they just really, really would love to have every single one of your stretch marks if it meant that they could have their own baby. Like, they would love to gain every pound that you've gained, and you are carrying a baby like that. I know a lot of people do it, but when you think about like how amazing that actually is, and how special that is, and there's people out there that'll never get to experience that, and I just try to think about those things, like when I'm having a really off day. Everybody's gonna have off days. I'm not saying that there's not days where I'm just like, I don't want to be pregnant anymore and I just hate this so much, because there is, but I find that if I'm feeling like that also, I think about the things that I actually like about my pregnancy, and instead of complaining about the things that I don't like, I try to reflect on the things that I do. Like, for example, my hair, like, I know that in a lot of my videos it just looks like crap, including this one pretty much, but it's so soft since I've gotten pregnant, and I've mentioned that on Facebook a couple times, like when I'm just like, oh, I don't feel really that good, like if I'm feeling sick, or if I'm just like feeling really ugly or something someday, I'm just like, well, at least my hair is better, kind of thing. Instead of just thinking about all the negatives, try and just reflect on the positive things about your pregnancy, because I'm sure there are some people might have different things than others, and some people might have a lot more good things than other people, but I'm sure there's nothing in life that is 100% all bad, kind of thing. And you just have to be willing to open up and see the good things about it. And yeah, as far as my body after pregnancy, I know that a lot of people can relate to this, but a lot of people, like single mothers and stuff, might not be able to. But personally, I see it as, yeah, my body might not go back 100%, and I might not be as pretty as I was before, like when it comes to my body, like I might have extra loose skin or stretch marks or this, that, or the other thing, but where I'm married to Nathan, and this is his child just as much as it is mine, and I don't care what other people think of me. Like, as long as Nathan's attracted to me and as long as he loves me, why does it matter what other people think of my body, as long as he loves it? Because he's the only person that's going to have it anyway. He's the only person that's going to see it anyway. And he loves that baby just as much as I do. And we made that baby together. And all of my physical, like, imperfections because of that pregnancy, they're there because of that thing that he loves more than anything in the world. And if it wasn't for me having all those stretch marks, or wasn't for me having that extra bit of weight, he wouldn't have his baby. He wouldn't have his son. And I know that he's going to look at it like that. And as long as he likes my body and I can come to terms with it and I'm comfortable with my body, why does it matter what other people think? And I'm sure there's a lot of women in the same situation that probably just haven't really thought of that. So hopefully it'll open your eyes a little bit and you'll be able to realize that your husband or your boyfriend or whoever, like, they're going to love that baby just as much as you do, and they're not going to care if you have a few extra pounds because of it. And if they do, they're really superficial and shallow, and they don't really love you for you if they're not going to accept the, I don't know, I want to say sacrifices, but that kind of sounds bad. But I guess in this context, it works. Like, if they're not going to accept the sacrifices that had to be made for you to be able to make this child, then are they really worth it? I don't know. That's just how I see it. And other than that, I don't really have anything really more to say. If you have any questions or if you are just feeling really down and stuff, you can feel free to message me. Like, I pretty much made it clear in my other video that I don't like just hearing people just like go on and bash pregnancy and like complain about every little thing. But like, if you need a little pick-me-up or something like that, maybe if you message me, I can try and help get you through, or like give you some suggestions on staying a little more positive through everything. Other than that, I'm gonna end this video here, but feel free to leave a comment or whatever, and check out my other video talking about pretty much the opposite of this. I'll talk to you later. Bye.